So FTL is actually, we'll go through the tutorial here because I think that is probably a good way to go instead of explaining all the ins and outs, because I'll be doing so much stuff that it won't make sense if you haven't seen it before. So welcome to FTL. You're the captain of a Federation starship on a very important mission. The Federation is currently being torn apart by vicious rebels. Your ship is carrying data vital to the defense of the Federation. You'll be traveling through dangerous sectors of the galaxy with the rebel fleet in hot pursuit. Make it to the exit beacon of each sector before the rebels can catch you. Alright, so your ship, the Kestrel, is the focus of the typical game view. The circular icons in the bottom of the screen are your ship's primary systems. System use power from the reactor, pointed at by the arrow. So we can see where the arrow is down here. Like that is how much power my ship has at any given time. These are your ship's subsystems. Unlike systems, they do not require power from the reactor. So, like the first one is the bridge. The next one is security, I want to say. Maybe, I don't remember. I haven't played the PC version in a really long time, so I guess it's good that we're doing the tutorial. So up here at the top where the arrow is, this is the hull meter, shield level, and current resources are in the top left. If your hull meter is reduced to 0, your ship will explode. That's pretty reasonable. We should get going, but it looks like your engines are currently powered down. So if you look down here, you can see I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars of power left, and I have some systems that don't have power allocated to them. So as it says here, green system boxes are powered, white system boxes are unpowered, and providing no benefit to the Kestrel. So we continue here, and then in order to power systems, this is actually kind of cool how it works in the iPad version. Main differences seem to be how the interface works, basically. Like everything works really well as far as touch is concerned. Other than that, they're identical aside from interface improvements. All right, so we drag up on the engine system and power will transfer from the reactor to the engines. Try to keep your vital systems fully powered. Drag down to depower a system if you want to reroute its power. All right, so for instance here on the ship, we just drag up on the engine here. So now we have 2 green blips in the power. And similarly, we can just drag down to turn it off if we want, or drag up for like 1 blip or whatever else. So continue here. And then drag right on a system to open its info panel as indicated by the info arrow. This will give you a more detailed description of its purpose and status. So again, on the engine here, drag over here, and then it says engines charges the FTL drive and powers evasion. Manning increases dodge chance. So our engine on this ship is level 2, which provides us dodge 10 and FTL of 1.25 times. And the status here is fully powered but unmanned. All right, so, oh no, your engine room took 2 damage. Its system icon has become red to show that it was broken. My hull meter has also taken 2 damage. So as you can see here, the engine's red, and that's also reflected in the bottom as well as in the actual engine room. So your crew cannot repair the ship's hull, but they can fix the engines. Select a crew member by tapping them or selecting multiple crew by dragging over them. So this is another thing that's kind of nice about this. So we can just drag all 3 dudes, and as soon as you touch to do anything in the ship, the game pauses, which is automatic here. So we can send our crew members to the engine room by tapping over here. Oh shit, I tapped the wrong one. No, come back this way. All right, so they're repairing the engines there. Then crew members will automatically repair systems, fight fires, fix breaches, and fight intruders in their room. Fighting, low oxygen, and fire will hurt the crew. All right, so as you can see here, the 2 dudes in there have, oh, my troops are ready to go. The 2 dudes there have fixed the engine, so it's no longer red, and it has since had power restored to it. So we can hit continue here. Awesome, your engines are now repaired. Notice that repaired systems will automatically try to repower themselves to their last power state, like as I just mentioned there. Some systems can be manned by crew members to provide a small bonus to the system. Crew members will automatically man any functioning system in their room. The silhouette above the power bar shows if the system is manned. So You can see here there's no dudes in the shield room. I have 2 guys in the actual engine room. So here, now if I move this guy over here to the shield room, you'll see that the shield icon also gets filled up. All right, so shield's manned and the engine's manned. So when the shield is manned, it gets a faster recharge rate. So good to go. We'll just continue here. Oh no, a fire has broken out in your starboard airlock. You could send your crew members to put it out, but let's take advantage of your airlock. Tap on the door system in the bottom right to control the ship's doors. All right, so we tap here. And then, so there's a couple things we can do from this. Like, it's having us tap like these doors here in this one room to the bottom side of the ship to empty the fire, but we can also open and close all the doors. So if we just tap the door to open or close it, drag over doors to open or close multiple doors quickly. So let's drag over these 2, open it up. So obviously we're in a spaceship here, so opening doors allows you to drain sections of your ship of oxygen and put out fires. Rooms turn pink as oxygen drains out. Your oxygen system will slowly refill the ship once leaks are gone. So now that our engines are fixed and the fires are out, we should FTL jump to the next location. If you don't currently have a pilot, you should probably send the crewman to the helm. So I didn't take this dude out of the helm, so my guy's A-okay there. Well, first off, let me close these doors. Each jump consumes 1 fuel. Without fuel, you'll be stranded and unable to jump. Jumping also requires a crew member in the piloting system and a powered engine system. All right, so we're at the point now where we are good to go. We've got 16 fuel, as it shows there. I got power to the engines, a dude at the helm, and then I have a guy on the engines and a guy on the shield, just for fun. There's not really a purpose to that right now. So we just hit jump, and then this is the beacon map. The ship marks your current location. Tap a location to get more information about it. Select an adjacent location and tap jump to travel there now. So this is kind of a lot like Out There, in that you're just kind of eventually slowly trying to plot a course to the end of the game. So right now I have the options to go up or to the right. Without knowing too much about like any of the other sectors here, this is a civilian sector, so either choice is probably pretty good. So I guess we'll just go to the right here. And then we will jump. So you hit the jump button. Ship blinks out, flips back in, and then here we go. Every new location will have an event like this. You might have multiple choices available to you at an event. In this example, a weak pirate ship is trying to destroy you. All right, so, and then we have 2 options here. We can either continue, or special blue choices like these are unlocked by having certain upgrades or equipment. They're nearly always a good choice. So let's see here. I guess we'll hit 2 if we can. All right, so welcome to combat. Tap the pause button to pause the game at any time to strategize, give commands, or reallocate your power. So we can pause without penalty at any point in the game. And then you'll notice that you're focused on one ship at a time. Tap on either ship to shift your focus and enlarge that ship. When you're ready, tap your weapon system and prepare to fire. So we can tap, like I'm tapping the enemy ship there, it kind of zooms up. Tap my ship, it zooms up. So it's kind of good. So I need to power your weapon to fight. The amount of power required is pictured in the weapon box. Tap on it to power it. A powered weapon turns white. Tapping off depowers the weapon. So we'll power this up here, which as you can see here, we automatically rerouted 1 power to my weapons here. So the weapon is now powered. Tap the weapon again to arm it, then target a room in the enemy ship by tapping on it. The weapon will fire when ready. Make sure the game is unpaused. All right, so we will arm this, and then typically speaking, I always go for the enemy like armor, or I'm sorry, like the armory, the like weapons system room, because if you damage their weapons, they can't fight back. So that's good. So we target that, and then unpause. You see my little gun shoots out from the side there, and then I will fight back once this meter on the dual lasers thing powers up here. All right, so, oh no, your two-shot laser cannot penetrate the pirate's level 2 shields, but luckily he can't get through your shields either. So note, every 2 powered bars in your shield system nets you 1 more shield. All right, so looks like you need some more help to get through his shields. Some events can provide items. This one is providing you with an Artemis missile launcher, sorry. So continue. All right, so now we have this equipped, so we need to write, all right, well, here, I'll read the tutorial text. The Artemis was automatically equipped in your available weapon slot. Shooting it expands your missile stock, but missiles pierce through, shooting it expends your missile stock, but missiles pierce through all enemy shields. Use the missile to damage the enemy shield system, and then your lasers can get through as well. So we basically need to get more power to this, target this to the shield room here, and then the dual lasers will keep firing, but it doesn't really matter. So let's see here. All right, so missed on the first missile. Still drained one of our missiles. All right, so we'll notice as enemy systems are damaged or destroyed, their icons turn orange or red respectively. Repeatedly attacking a red system will do no additional damage to the system, but will still damage the enemy's hull. Reduce their hull to 0 and they will explode. So we basically need one of my, all right, so if you need a reminder for what each enemy system icon stands for, you can tap and hold your finger on the green symbols along the bottom of the target box. Choose your targets wisely. The weapons and shields often make good choices. All right, so again, targeting this to the shields room. All right, cool, so the shields are orange right now. They shifted their dude around to go and try to repair it, but hopefully we can kill it before. All right, cool. So now I've got the ship destroyed. Let's see. So you destroyed the pirate ship. As a salvage, you gain from left to right some fuel, missiles, scrap, and another weapon. Note the reward resource icons correspond to your reserves along the top of the screen. So as you can see, we have basically all my stuff goes up and I get another laser. So that's cool. Weapons or drones are added to your cargo if there is no more room for their respective system. Tap on your ship info button so we can equip your new weapon. All right, so we are going to swap out the halberd beam over the Artemis. So this is your equipment screen. You can see more detailed information about your weapons, drones, or augments by tapping them. Tap and drag your new halberd beam over the Artemis and swap them out, then tap accept. So here we go, plopping that over there, and then hit accept. So halberd beam, slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon. It requires 3 powers with a charge time of 17 seconds and a damage per room hit of 2. All right, so and then it's giving us the tip. For every shield bar on the enemy, a beam's damage is reduced by 1. For example, a 3 damage beam against 2 shield bars will cause 1 damage in every room it hits. So it's kind of like a pretty simple, like Dungeons and Dragons-y stat kind of driven thing, to where it all kind of makes sense once you see how it goes together. All right, so hit accept here. All right, so predictably that weapon uses more power than our engine or we're capable of generating right now. So it says, oops, your weapon system max power 2 is not upgraded enough to support your new weapon, which has a power requirement of 3. Open your ship screen back up so we can fix this. All right, so this is teaching us about the scrap system now. This is the upgrade screen. You can see detailed info about your systems and upgrade them by spending scrap. You can also upgrade your reactor at the bottom of the menu, which is important for keeping everything fully powered. All right, so tap your weapon system to select it and then tap the upgrade button on the right to spend scrap and improve the system. Tap accept to close the upgrade screen when done. All right, so we need this to be at 4, basically. So we need to spend 25 to upgrade. So weapon control powers all your ship's weapons. Upgrading lets you power more weapons. So hit upgrade here, and then we will upgrade again. And then hit accept. So now we will have enough power to power both. All right, so now powering new weapon, you might need to power down your other weapon in order to have enough power. So let's see. Problem is I only have... All right, so in order to have both up, I need to put my shields at 1. Can I put my shields at 1 or just at 2? I guess just at 2. All right, so 4 power here, which will turn on the halberd beam. All right, final tip. You can rearrange your weapons in the weapon system toolbar by tapping and dragging. If your weapon system is damaged, this order determines the order that they are depowered from top to bottom. All right, so problem here now is I basically need to have this at 3 to only, well here, let me do this. Power this up, unpower that. And then have enough to turn my shields back on. So that's a pretty decent loadout right now. All right. That's it for the basics. Good luck out there. Tap continue to quit this tutorial. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start a new game here. And at the beginning, you have like a pretty basic loadout here. So really only have like one ship that we can use. All right, so this is our ship list. You can get a summary of all the achievements and see your progress in unlocking all the playable ships. For veteran players of FTL, you'll see there are some changes from the original style. To unlock a new ship, you have 2 options. Find and complete a unique quest within the game world. These will often start in the homeworld sectors. Alternatively, beat the game with the previous ship in the list to unlock the next. All right, so as you can see right now, we only have like the first starter ship, which, whatever. And can't really change the layout either. And we only have like 3 crew members to start. And they're all human. You can rename them if you want, but there's not much reason to, unless you're really into renaming your dudes. So what's cool is that you can, the updated stuff, you can enable or disable the advanced content, but it says it's for experienced players, and I haven't played this game in quite a while, so I'm going to leave it disabled, and while I'm at it, I'm going to take it over to easy, just so you guys can kind of see what there is to see before I start making like crazy mistakes and things like that. So, all right, starting a real deal game here, although it is on easy mode, but you're like, whatever. All right, the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. And it's giving us the tip here: boarding. If you're having trouble with boarders, fight within the med bay. If all else fails, let the rest of the oxygen out of the ship. All right. So looks like we have a pretty solid setup here. Might as well throw 2 power on the ship just for fun. I got my guys in a decent spot. Can't really do too much now, so we'll just jump. All right, so you have 3 options. That one, and that one. For this, I don't know which is the best. I guess we'll just jump to the farthest point we can. All right, so you detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. So 2 options here, basically combat and non-combat here. We can intervene to defend the outpost or avoid the conflict. I don't know why we wouldn't just go in lasers blazing, so let's intervene to defend the outpost. All right. The rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. All right, so let's pause here and kind of take a look at what we need to be doing. I need power to my systems. Let's see. Take my engine down 1, which will allow me to power up both of my things. Let's see, how many shield? He just has 1 shield point, so should be doing pretty good here. I guess we'll go after the shield room, both. Unpause. So you see he's got a drone here kind of diddling around, but he can't get through my shield. All right, so his shield's toast. Let's attack his weapon systems next. Or actually, wait, the drone control will be better. Nah, pretty easy. Didn't even take damage, so, but, you know, again, we're at the start of the game. So the ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage what you can. So we got 2 missiles, 1, I think those are drone parts, right? And then 21 scrap, and we continue. The outpost hails you. The pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for your help. So 26 scrap and 3 fuel. So it was a pretty worthwhile thing to do that. All right, so I don't know if we should start spending scrap just yet, or wait until you get something better. I guess it's probably not a terrible idea to get another power bar. All right, so when you upgrade your power bars here, it provides power to all ship systems. Each power bar allows you to send 1 unit of power to a subsystem. Subsystems do not need power from the reactor. So if I have 1 more, I'm able to fully power all of my stuff. So that seems pretty decent, especially since I got, you know, a ton of scrap from that particular soiree there. So from here, we've kind of done everything that we can do in this particular area. So now we just jump to the next one. All right. So Rebel ship is guarding this beacon. You order a pursuit course and prepare to scratch up 1 more. All right, so let's pause here. Figure out what we're going to do. So we want our weapon systems up. Again, I think that for this we should just target the drone control area. Especially if they're fighting exclusively with drones, that seems pretty good. All right. Next we'll target their weapon system. Or maybe this is like a repair drone that they have. I don't know. I don't remember a lot of like little ins and outs and stuff like that of this game. So probably should not be burning my missiles if I don't need them. So let's see. Does my burst laser go through on this? I'm missing. Oh, that's fine. Alright, I'm actually going to save my missiles. Alright, so if I can get 1 more hit through before he repairs his shields, should be good to go here. Cool. Alright, the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. So 20 scrap, 1 drone part, and 1 fuel. So that was a pretty good haul there, I guess. So let's see, nothing really left to do here. All my systems are fine, so I'm going to jump to the next area. And then you can see here the little red thing here on the left side of the screen is what I want to be avoiding. Because that is the Rebel space fleet or force or whatever you want to call them. So like, for instance, if I started here and then jumped up over here and then jumped over here and then kind of was fiddling up and around, like you can kind of wind up in a situation where you're in like a bad spot when the rebels come, which is not primo, but whatever. So only real other place we can jump is here. So we'll jump and then see what happens. All right, so you detect a rebel automated ship nearby. It does not engage and seems to be patrolling around a long-range sensor station. Yeah, let's attack and just see what happens. So our 2 options that we can do is attack the automated ship to get to this sensor station or avoid provoking the ship. So let's attack just for funsies. So he has no shields, so this is going to be pretty easy. I'll go after the weapons room. So you missed. Oh shit. Cool. So that's destroyed. All right, you access the recent scans from the unguarded station. Your map has been updated with details of the surrounding area, and we got 10 scrap for that. So ready to jump. All right, so I don't know if we want. Yeah, let's go to the store. That seems better than going to the other areas. Or I would like to get up to the place that needs distress, but that kind of requires like backtracking, which I don't know. So jump to here. All right, so a transmission from the nearby planet indicates an outpost below which offers supplies to travelers. You send down an away party to check it out. All right, so this is kind of like the tricky part here, is what you spend your parts on. Because like I can get drone control. Drones are cool. I don't have enough for a crew teleporter or cloaking, but all right, well here, I'll go through and read what everything does. So drone control powers the ship's drones. Purchase comes with a free defense drone Mark 1, which doesn't really do a whole lot if I recall correctly. Crew teleporter allows you to send your crew members to board enemy vessels, so you can basically do like hand-to-hand combat with enemy dudes, which is useful if the enemy guys are causing you a lot of trouble, or just like repairing quickly or whatever else. Cloaking cloaks the ship, adding 60 to your evasion and preventing the enemy ship from locking on with weapons. Never been able to make it far enough to get that. So augmentations we can get. The scrap recovery arm allows the ship to collect 10% more scrap from any source. Repair arm repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces your scrap collected by 15%. And then the FTL recharge booster. If the ship's FTL drive powers up 25%, or the ship's FTL drive powers up 25% faster. So where you'd want to use that is, again, if I recall correctly from the PC version, if you're in a fight that like you're losing and your FTL drive powers up, like you can just jump out instead of screwing with the enemy guys. So on page 2 here, we have available weapons. If there was crew here, we would also have available crew that we could pick up. All right, so our options here are small bombs, self-teleporting explosives that damages systems and crew, but not the hull. Can target your own ship. So I guess that could be useful if you have like dudes on your ship and stuff like that too. Halberd beam we had in the tutorial, a slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon, and then the pike beam can cut across entire ships, assuming there's no shield to stop it. It's kind of a favorite of mine because like you can kind of like zigzag across ships. So nothing really to sell. So I guess it makes the most sense to get the scrap recovery arm now, since this is the first opportunity you have to buy anything. And then I will buy some fuel. Go this back up and then buy the few missiles that they have. And then we're at, if we needed repairs, we could fix our hull at stores like this too. So we are good to go here from this particular store, and we can keep rolling on through the galaxy here. So with fuel, missiles, and new scrap augmentation, we can jump. I guess let's jump up here and then out. Alright, so you stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet. They're powering up to FTL. If they get away, they will no doubt warn the fleet of your position, which doesn't really matter a whole lot because we're almost to the exit here. So do continue powering up our lasers. Kind of want to target their engine. Alright, so now their FTL is delayed. They can't do anything until their engines are fixed. So we'll just keep pounding away at the engines because their laser doesn't seem to be getting past my shields. Additionally, I'm going to move this dude to my shield just so it recharges faster. Oh shit, my stuff's on fire in the front. Get out of there, bro. That's not great. All right, well, hopefully he can fight that fire. In the meantime, I need my door control here. Open. All right, so vent that fire. In the meantime, keep firing on him. Oh shit, he jumped out. All right, so scout jumps away. They assure to have informed the fleet of your position. You must get to the next sector as soon as possible. So fleet pursuit is doubled for one jump, which you'll see on the map here afterwards. Let me just take care of this fire first. Oh god, it's spreading. It's spreading. All right, let me get this bro over here. And then open all this stuff up, which should hopefully take care of the fire. All right, cool. So door control, close all. Then send this, oh shit. Send one of these bros to go repair our cameras here. So we get vision through the ship again. And then which guy is low? Well, either way, I'll send them all to the medbay. I don't know which one is low. But the medbay here repairs your dudes. Oh, it was the guy that was fighting the fire. So get these guys in there to repair that. This guy back to the bridge. All right, so we have vision restored. Send this guy back over here. This guy can arm the shields. No, one of you go to the engine. All right, so everything's back to normal, or as normal as we can be. It would have been cool to kill that guy before he jumped, but what can you do? All right, so now we need to jump, and we will just go to the exit here. So this is the exit beacon. Go here and travel to the next sector. Oh, I forgot to point it out, but they moved up a little bit more on the next map, or the on the map that shows like where the enemy is in relation to where you are, the rebel guys, I guess. So you've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. All right, cool. So as soon as you arrive, you receive a Federation encrypted message. A rebel ship has been terrorizing the local civilians in the systems. Please seek and destroy it. So the rebel guys are decently far enough behind it, so there's not really any behind us. So there's not really any reason to, you know, not search, I guess. So after search, you find the rebel ship. Let's hope he's as easy to defeat in combat as he was to find. All right, so get our stuff spooling up. Whoa, there's a dude in my ship. Let's kill this asshole. And then let's target their teleporter if they're going to teleport dudes over here. Get this guy over here. I can do a little 2-on-1 action. Alright, so get this guy back on the shields, that guy back on the engines. I'm going to fire up my lasers, or my missiles too. This is no time to screw around. Shoot the weapon system. And shoot their shields. Just to make everything that much more effective. Cool. Alright, so the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. So 2 missiles, 1 drone parts, and 26 scrap, which is augmented by the scrap augmentation stuff that we got before. So to just make things nicer, let's repair the medbay, and which in the process will heal my dudes up. As you can see, my dudes are getting healed up. So once again, send this guy back to the bridge, this guy to the shields, and that guy to the engines. Oh, wait, my Might as well repair this too while I'm in here. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's get to the engines, fine. Alrighty, so we are ready to jump. And we want to go to the next sector. All right, so this kind of takes us to the next part of the game. So you saw the individual kind of sector maps. So this is like the overarching thing that we do. So we want to make it to the end here, which I have selected in the green, or just basically keep going to the right is the gist of this screen. So we can either jump to a pirate-controlled sector or an uncharted nebula. So basically making choices here as we keep going. So we see here, if we go through the pirate-controlled sector, our two choices after that are civilian sectors, and then nebulas, and then more civilians, then unidentified hostile sectors. Otherwise, we could do like nebula, civilian, and then civilian up and across. I don't know. I never really seem to do well enough that it really matters. So let's go to the pirate-controlled sector because that might be a little bit more interesting. And then a few Federation-friendly planets still exist in this sector, but they are constantly under attack by pirate raids. This is a dangerous sector, so be careful. So I don't know. I think we should cut it here so I can save some of FTL for tomorrow's stream. But basically, you saw the whole tutorial, which goes through all the mechanics of the game, like how all the touch interface stuff works now, which is way better. Well, I don't know if I should say way better. It's way better than I imagined it being, I guess, because this is a game that you play with a mouse, or that you did play with a mouse on the PC version. iPad version is absolutely fantastic, to the point that I would say this is probably the definitive version of the game. So if you haven't downloaded FTL yet, this is definitely the version to get when it gets released tomorrow night for $10. And then after the tutorial, I played through the first system, which we saw how fighting and combat worked. And again, this is easy mode, but I didn't need easy mode because it is very, very, very easy to die in this game. It is really not forgiving, and everything's random. Like it's a space roguelike, so it is what it is. So we're in the first area of this next sector here. As you can see, our jump options include these kind of like cloudy sections or nebula sections here. That disrupts here. Well, we'll jump here just so I can show it for an example. So this will disrupt our sensors and stuff here when we go here. So a heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before you have time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. So let's attempt to follow and help them. Your search is hopeless. Your sensors can't pick anything up in the nebula. So, again, that just shows that our sensors are basically useless here. So not much we can do. All we have to do next is jump out. So again, see the kind of loop of the game. Basically amounts to resource management, intelligent upgrades, spending your scrap wisely while still having someone reserved to repair your ship if you need it. The luck of finding the space stations that can repair your ship, or having a repair drone and stuff like that. Like this game is so deep and so in depth and everything else that like you could basically load this up on your iPad and have a game to play for the next year, like no problemo. So easily worth every bit of the $10 you're asking for it, and highly recommended. All right. So let's